Why corporate restructuring? So many examples we have in front of us, so many examples of corporate restructuring happening all over the globe. Virtually every day, we hear stories of so many mergers, amalgamations, and takeovers happening. Uh, so the question is, why do the corporate restructuring? One, of course, is to ensure that you maximize the value creation. But more than that, another reason as to why the businesses all over the globe enter into business combinations or enter into corporate restructuring exercises, and that is number one is to maximize the EBITDA, is to maximize the cash operating profit of the business. And need I mention, this is one of the most important thing that we have, and why this is one of the most important thing that we have, and that is because EBITDA is nothing but it is life of the business. It is life of the business. So that's number one. Number two is to maximize the operating free cash flow. Operating free cash flow is another reason as to why the businesses do corporate restructuring. Number three is to maximize the return on capital employed. So remember, when there is a corporate restructuring happening, when there is a merger happening, when there is acquisition happening, when there is a takeover happening, what happens because of the resultant benefits, the synergistic benefits available in case of any corporate restructuring exercises? Two things would happen. Number one, the cost of capital of this company would have gone down, and number two, simultaneously, the return on the capital also would have gone up. So the profit after tax would have increased, and the interest cost comparatively would have optimized. And that is how the reason as to why businesses do corporate restructuring is to maximize the return on capital employed. And last but not the least is to maximize the economic value added. And I'm sure all of us understand economic value added, remember friends, is one KPI which is used so extensively all over the world. पूरी दुनिया में ये अकेला KPI है, की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर है, जिसे कि पूरी दुनिया के सारे बिजनेस हाउसेज यूज़ करते हैं टू फाइंड आउट कि उनका बिजनेस कैसा कर रहा है. और आपने देखा होगा कि जब भी किसी कंपनी का EVA, इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू एडेड, improves positively, the stock price of that company also moves up very high on the stock markets. And that is the connection that you have between the EVA and the stock value of that company. And you can understand, if the stock value of a company is moving up, by default the wealth of the shareholders will also move up. And when the wealth of shareholders moves up, that is what the shareholders want actually. So the fourth reason as to why businesses do enter into corporate restructuring or do the business combinations all over the globe, and that is to maximize the economic value added. We have discussed the topic sometimes earlier in any case, but just to give you a little bit of refresher, and that is how do you find out the economic value or EVA? You find out economic value by minusing the cost of capital employed from the return on capital employed. तो आपकी कंपनी का जो रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड है उसमें से आप माइनस करेंगे, क्या माइनस करेंगे आप? उसमें से माइनस करेंगे कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल, और या उस जिसको कि वैक भी कहते हैं, वेटेड एवरेज कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल भी कहते हैं, उसको माइनस करेंगे. तो रोसे में से सोसे को माइनस करेंगे. सोसे यानी कि कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड. सो व्हेन यू माइनस सोसे फ्रॉम रोसे, व्हाट यू गेट इफ दैट इज पॉजिटिव, दैट मीन्स योर बिजनेस इज क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू. तो अगर आपकी रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड 15% है और आपकी कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड अगर 10% है, तो इसका मतलब आपका जो EVA है, इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू एडेड है, वो 5% है एंड पॉजिटिव है. इसका मतलब आपका बिजनेस वैल्यू क्रिएट कर रहा है. उसके कॉन्ट्ररी, अगर आपकी रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड 12% है और आपकी कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड 14% है, तो इसका मतलब आपका बिजनेस वैल्यू क्रिएट नहीं कर रहा है, आपका बिजनेस वैल्यू डिस्ट्रॉय कर रहा है, एंड इट इज डिस्ट्रॉइंग वैल्यू ऑफ 2% एवरी ईयर. एंड यू कैन इमेजिन, इफ अ बिजनेस इज डिस्ट्रॉइंग वैल्यू, हाउ लॉन्ग विल दैट बिजनेस बी in existence? So friends, these are the 4 reasons for which the businesses all over the globe do enter into corporate restructuring or they enter into business combinations.